Thank you very much, and a very warm welcome to WaterWise for this week. And our topic for this week is cloud water harvesting that we have chosen for you. And this is a very environmentally friendly way and cheaper way of collecting water from a low-level cloud, which we also call fog. And this is done by setting up a fog net that will then intercept the water and then trap it into a container that then you can then use. And this fog net can be any size that you wish, but as you can see here, a 1 meter squared fog net can collect up to 40 liters of water per day, and this is most effective in fog-prone areas, especially around the coastal areas of South Africa. And this is just a picture of a commercial fog net that you can buy anywhere in South Africa, and then you can collect any water inside your home. And this is just another picture of a fog net that you can erect yourself at any location which is fog-prone. As you can see, this is the fog net on top here, and there are gutters below here that will then direct the water in towards a container that you can then use to either irrigate your vegetation or even use at your household. And then it is very easy to set up a fog net. You can buy any size of fog nets at a hardware shop, and then you can also buy wooden poles and iron bars that you can use to set up your structure. You can also buy gutters that you put below the fog net, and then that will then direct the water into a storage container. This can also include a water filter if you want to use that water for consumption, but mostly of this water can be used for watering your garden or either filling up your swimming pool. And the fog net can be set to be perpendicular towards the flow of the fog so that it can collect as much as fog as possible. And the advantages of fog net is that the water is fresh and natural and can be used for any agricultural and home use. It is very cheap to set up as well, and it is also very cheap to maintain. It can also largely compensate for water shortages such as the drought that we are seeing over the city of Cape Town. And the fog that can be collected is mostly during those days where there are fog over the country. And as I mentioned, low-lying clouds are also called fog in our field of meteorology, and this is due to that it reduces visibility to below 1,000 meters, which is also just 1 kilometer. And this occurs when the relative humidity is above 100%, and this means that the air is saturated with moisture. There is also situations whereby mist occurs, and this is when the relative humidity is less than 100%, but the visibility is more than 1,000 meters. We also have a situation where haze occurs, and this occurs when there is no water in the atmosphere, just aerosols suspended over the atmosphere. And there are many types of fog that you can talk about, such as advection fog, which occurs when warm, moist air moves over a cold surface. We also have other type of fog that is called radiation fog, which occurs overnight, and this is as a result of the surface of the earth cooling down as a result of there being no sun. And this occurs when the air just above the surface is cooled down as a result of the cold air. We also have upslope fog, which occurs when moist air moves against a mountain and then towards the middle section of the mountain. That's where we see fog forming, and this is as a result of the air also becoming saturated. We also have some valley fog, which occurs over an area which we call a frost pocket, and this occurs when cool air descends towards the surface and then cools down to form fog. We also have precipitation fog that occurs generally when there is rain over an area. Then lastly, we do also have a situation where you have to select an area whereby fog occurs, and this is mainly can be done as a matter of looking at a weather forecast. If you watch on TV, you can see where fog is possible over the country, but we can also use your local knowledge. If you stay in an area that is prone to fog, you can then be able to set up your fog net. Climatology is also very important in detecting an area that is prone to fog, especially along coastal areas of the Western Cape and towards the Lowveld region of the country. Rock weathering is another means of seeing areas that are very prone to fog, especially if the rocks become grey as a result of fog passing over there. As I mentioned, this is the city of Cape Town, showing vast fog forming over the ocean and blowing off onshore towards the land. And these are the areas where you can then set up your fog nets, which then you can collect and use to supplement your water consumption at home. And it is very cheap and can reduce your municipal cost of water. And that is all from the weather desk.